Hi, I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thank you for watching us tonight. The truth about Vermont, that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. Vermont is one of 10 states that have rejected Jessica's law, which imposes harsh prison terms on child predators and takes discretion away from judges. Jessica's law in Vermont was beaten down by this man, House Judiciary Chairman Bill Lippert, who instead drove a law through that imposes a mandatory minimum of just 5 years for child rapists. A judge could add to that, but 5 years mandatory is all Vermont's willing to do. Now, the rejection of Jessica's law comes after Vermont Judge Edward Cashman sentenced the rapist of a 6-year-old girl to 60 days in jail. Under pressure from us, you'll remember, he later upped that sentence to 3 years. Shortly after that, Judge David Howard sentenced a man who molested a 4-year-old boy to no jail time at all, just probation. So it's quite apparent the state of Vermont is soft on child predators. But Bill Lippert is tough on one group, those who would discriminate against transgendered people. Lippert championed the Gender ID bill, which prohibits any bad behavior toward those who change their sex. By the way, Talking Point supports that legislation, but it's not nearly as important as Jessica's law. The problem in Vermont is that the legislature has been hijacked by secular progressives who emphasize politically correct action like the gender deal, but reject tough criminal statutes like Jessica's law. Mr. Lippert holds a lot of power and turned us down for an interview last year, so Factor producer Jesse Waters visited him in the State House cafeteria.
I'm Jesse Waters with the O'Reilly Factor. Nice to meet you.
Oh, hey.
Hey, just
really lovely to meet you.
Oh, great. Quick question for you. Why did you pass that transgender bill and kill Jessica's law?
I beg your pardon?
Why did you pass that transgender identity bill and kill Jessica's law?
What is this?
People don't know what you're talking about.
That transgender identity bill that you guys just passed? It just seems like those priorities are a little strange.
I passed an anti-discrimination bill to protect transgender people in Vermont, and I'm proud of that. What's your problem?
What about Jessica's law? It seems like the priorities are a little out of whack.
Yeah, the legislature passed that.
Right, but it was your committee and your sponsor.
Who are you with? Come on.
I'm with the O'Reilly Factor at the Fox News Channel. Mr. Lippert, it just seems like these priorities are a little strange, considering the fact that not protecting the children.
Welcome to Vermont. Welcome to Vermont.
Why aren't you protecting the children against child rapists? Instead, you're passing bills that protect transsexual rights.
You're disgusting. You people don't even begin to know what the truth is. Yesterday, we passed a strong bill against sexual predators. If you'd start with getting your facts straight for once, it would be a refreshing change.
What about 25-year mandatory minimum for child rape?
We have the strongest laws in the country against sexual predators.
No, it's simply a lie. Bill Lippert is lying. All right? And child predator statutes in most other states compared to Vermont will prove that. In the end, this comes down to the folks. They elected Lippert and his SP cadre. Remember, in Vermont, U.S. Senator Bernie Sanders is a socialist. U.S. Senator Pat Leahy is very liberal, and Governor Jim Douglas, although a Republican, is a very weak leader. Now, the moral of the story is that many Vermonters have no idea how they lost their state, which used to be traditional, but lost it they have. If Bill Lippert is running any kind of a show, there is a problem. And that's a memo. Now for the top story tonight, reaction to our report, Vermont's